Listen to what he just said.
Harris got like 3 times the money Trump did? Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win? Yeah.
It's pay to win, yeah. Those two statements directly contradict each other. This is emotivism. We're just saying things that are pegged to an emotion. None of it like logically makes sense.
This is the story of how the world's richest person, the owner of Tesla.
Is this cringe or?
April 14, 2022. Elon Musk makes an unsolicited offer to buy Twitter for $44 billion. He claims the site has become politically skewed and says, for Twitter to deserve public trust, it must be politically neutral. October 27th, the deal goes through. The next evening, a far-right conspiracy theorist breaks into the San Francisco home of Democrat House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, intending to kidnap her. Pelosi is away, but the man attacks her husband Paul, hitting him repeatedly on the head with a hammer. Paul Pelosi escapes with his life, but requires surgery for a fractured skull. While most people take the chance to decry political violence, the new owner of Twitter, Elon Musk, posts a tweet sharing an entirely false claim that Paul Pelosi was in fact injured in a drunken fight with a male prostitute with whom he was involved. Musk includes a link to a false claim on a website that has a history of publishing conspiracy theories, including a story asserting that Hillary Clinton is dead and has been replaced by a body double. Musk's post is retweeted 24,000 times before he deletes it. November 18th, Musk's Twitter starts to unlock previously banned accounts. Misogynist far-right influencer Andrew Tate was permanently banned from Twitter in 2017 after urging women to, quote, bear some responsibility for rape. Now he's back. Tate posts, I've decided to fly to the failed state of California, walk into Twitter HQ, and tell @Elon Musk he's a legend. On my way. 2 months later, Tate will be arrested in Romania on suspicion of human trafficking and forming an organized crime group. December 8th, 3 members of Twitter's Trust and Safety Council resign. In their resignation letter, they cite research that found slurs against Black Americans and gay men jumped 195% and 58% respectively since Musk's takeover. 3 days later, the remaining members of Twitter's Trust and Safety Council are dismissed. Musk then tweets that, quote, my pronouns are prosecute Fauci, a reference to a conspiracy theory that the COVID crisis was exacerbated by America's top infectious disease doctor. December 16th, having claimed he's a free speech absolutist, Musk bans @ElonJet, a Twitter account that tracks the movements of his private jet using publicly available data. Musk also bans the accounts of a number of journalists who have written about @ElonJet. February 12th, 2023. Ahead of the Super Bowl, both Musk and President Joe Biden tweet their support for the Philadelphia Eagles. Biden's tweet is seen 29 million times. Musk's just 9.
Is this story like what I know this story? I've heard this. Is this confirmed 100%? This story is crazy if this is actually true.
Philadelphia Eagles. Biden's tweet is seen 29 million times. Musk's just 9 million times. Incensed, Musk leaves the game early and calls an impromptu meeting of Twitter engineers at 2:36 a.m. Their job? To change the Twitter algorithm to artificially inflate the reach of Musk's tweets by a factor of 1,000, making him the preeminent presence on the site.
Now I'm getting fucking. Look! Look! Oh my god!
July 23rd, Musk announces Twitter is now called X. August 25th, Donald Trump, once banned, returns to the platform by posting a picture of his mugshot from Fulton County Jail with the words, election interference, never surrender. Musk reposts the shot. 4 days later, X reverses Twitter's long-standing ban on paid political advertising. November 15th, in a post promoting the racist conspiracy theory that Jewish people are importing immigrants to America to fix elections for Democrats, one X user writes, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. Musk replies saying, you have said the actual truth. In response, several advertisers, including Disney, Warner Brothers, and Comcast, pause their advertising on X. Musk then tells advertisers concerned by hate speech on the platform,
Go yourself.
So fucking soy. And then he files a lawsuit. Actually, I think that when the advertisers left, it's because they were colluding against me. Oh my God.
Is that clear?
Over subsequent months, Musk will become obsessed with the false claim that Democrats are allowing immigrants into America to create more Democratic voters, in effect, stealing the coming election, sharing the claim numerous times with his followers and pushing it to tens of millions more who choose not to follow him.
Why not just talk to Asmongold? Asmongold doesn't want to talk to me. Okay, there's no, yeah.
A year later, it will be revealed that Musk, a South African immigrant, worked illegally in the US in the 1990s. November 25th, on X, Musk boosts the Pizzagate conspiracy theory, a long-debunked claim alleging high-profile Democrats ran a pedophile abuse ring from a Washington pizza restaurant. March 25th, 2024, Musk loses a lawsuit against the Center for Countering Digital Hate. He'd sued them after they flagged a rise in hate speech after Musk bought Twitter. In his ruling, a US district judge calls Musk's case vapid and says this case is about punishing the defendants for their speech. May 2024, Musk creates a political action committee which he calls America PAC. Its objective is to mobilize 1 million Republican voters in swing states in an effort to hand the election to Trump. Musk commits to putting tens of millions of dollars of his own money into the Get Out the Vote push and clears his calendar every Friday morning for 30 to 60 minutes to meet with the team he's assembled to run the effort. July 14th, Musk calls Trump on behalf of JD Vance, urging Trump to select Vance as his running mate.
Wait, is that true? I actually didn't even know that. A day before Donald Trump's deadline to pick a running mate, after months of private conversations with every corner of his orbit, the former president took a call from a new voice. That person, Tesla billionaire Elon Musk, was one of several people urging Trump in the final moments to select Ohio Senator JD Vance. On Monday, Trump finally announced his choice. Vance would be his running mate. Oh, I didn't even know this. How Trump landed on Vance, a freshman senator from the heartland only half his age, is a story illustrative of the former president's showman instincts and chronic indecisiveness, a prolonged audition reminiscent of Trump's years As host of The Apprentice, a constant stream of rumors, many celebrate terms. Fuck. There's like a whole thing that I need to read into relating to like Peter Thiel, JD Vance, like the crypto bros. Because I don't, there's like a whole thing back here that I just haven't read into it at all. Jesus, that's kind of crazy. I was not aware of this.
Vance says abortion is murder and insults women who haven't become mothers.
A bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made.
Musk's phone call is part of a broad effort by Silicon Valley billionaires to ensure Vance is selected. The next day, Vance is unveiled as Trump's vice presidential candidate. September 6th, Trump says that if he wins, he will appoint Musk to head up a government efficiency commission.
And Elon, because he's not very busy, has agreed to head that task force.
The idea came from Musk, whose companies are currently facing at least 20 federal investigations. If he gets the role, it would give the world's richest man the power to regulate the regulators who hold sway over his companies. Last year alone, his companies were promised $3 billion across nearly 100 different contracts with 17 federal agencies. September 9th, Musk spreads a conspiracy theory that immigrants in Ohio are eating people's pets. The following day, Trump repeats the slur during the presidential debate with Kamala Harris.
Is this not as close to an oligarchy as you could get in the US? Yeah, a lot. All of these connections are crazy. Like even without getting into behind the scenes conspiratorial stuff, just outwardly, everything is crazy. Just the fact that Donald Trump was a real estate billionaire from New York who now has the help of the richest man in the world, who has purchased one of the largest social media brands in the world, who has used that social media brand to get Trump elected. Like that in and of itself is just insane. Without getting into anything else that's openly known and without getting into anything else that's been reported on behind the scenes, that's already like insane. Like what's already been publicly stated is worse than any of the weird, crazy accusations the right has ever obsessively made about George Soros. Yeah. What do I have? Are these asthma suckers that are flooding my chat? Loving the conspiracies are okay if my name is Destiny and I'm a Democrat, or this is going to be awesome. Whole lot of bring on any of your little like dipshit heroes to chat with me. None of what I say, the difference between me and you is none of what I say is conspiracy. It's all in the open. It's all reported on, and I can cite and source every single thing. The difference between me and you is that you're going to give me some random story from like the Daily Post Inquirer saying that like one unnamed source like talked about how Hillary Clinton revealed to him in a dream that George Soros was putting bugs inside of the microchips that Bill Gates was putting in your mRNA vaccines. Like that's the difference, dog. You have no fucking idea what the fuck you're talking about. You are like willfully fucking retarded.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
The false claim leads to multiple bomb threats against the Springfield immigrant community. September 15th and 16th. Over a single weekend, Musk amplified the conspiracy theory that ABC leaked sample debate questions to the Harris campaign, falsely claims that the Dems want to take your kids, further fuels racist lies about immigrants eating pets, shares with his nearly 200 million followers on X that Trump must win to, quote, preserve freedom and meritocracy in America, and insinuates that it is suspicious that no one is even trying to assassinate Biden and Kamala, adding a thinking face emoji. The U.S. Secret Service confirms that it is aware of the post. The White House issues a statement saying violence should only be condemned, never encouraged or joked about. This rhetoric is irresponsible. October 4th, Musk posts, unless Trump wins and we get rid of the mountain of smothering regulations that have nothing to do with safety, humanity will never reach Mars. This is existential. Musk is the owner of SpaceX and stands to make billions from U.S. government space contracts. October 5th, the user handle @America is taken from an ex-user and given by Musk to his America PAC. That evening, he joins the former president on stage in Pennsylvania, jumping about wildly.
Fight, vote.
By now, he's moved with his senior team to a war room in a hotel in Pennsylvania to focus full-time on the Trump campaign. He speaks to Trump multiple times a week, is doing a series of pro-Trump town halls across the state, and has recruited lieutenants from his companies to join him. October 15th, legal filings from Musk's Political Action Committee show he has personally donated at least $75 million to the effort to re-elect Trump. October 18th, it's revealed that another Musk-funded group called Future Coalition PAC is targeting Muslim voters in Michigan and Jewish voters in Pennsylvania with diametrically opposed political advertisements about Kamala Harris. In areas with large Muslim populations, the group is painting Harris as a close friend of Israel and is suggesting that she's beholden to the beliefs of her Jewish husband. But in areas with large Jewish populations, the ads say Harris panders to Palestine. Simultaneously, Musk is offering $100 to any Pennsylvania voter who signs his online petition.
That whole 100 million, oh, she's probably going to go into it, or whatever, this $1 million to voters, by the way, all of that was a fucking lie. I think that's like the saddest, that's the most pathetic fucking thing to me. Like at least if you were to like simp for some dictator fuck, like if you were an Aryan master race Hitler guy, at least like Hitler's trying to supposedly like fight for the German people, but these guys are like fighting for you. You think that, and then they're down your throat at the same time, and you're like happily eating all of it, right? This $1 million giveaway, I think somebody challenged this in court as like, well, this is illegal because it's a lottery, and they won that because they're like, well, actually, it's not a lottery because we're not choosing people at random. We're just giving it to basically insiders and people that we already like, which is what they did. They pre-approved people and then they gave it to people that were basically already working with them. That's what this was. That's why it wasn't a lot. Like, this is ridiculous, and you guys will sit here and clap for this like soy seals. It's insane to me.
part of an effort to build a list of likely Trump voters. He also starts giving away $1 million a day to a randomly chosen voter who signed the petition. October 19th, it's revealed that the Building America's Future PAC, another Musk-funded campaign group, is impersonating the Harris campaign by setting up a fake website containing fake policy positions.
Are 100% of the winners Republican? Oh, they're all the winners are pre-chosen. I don't know if she goes. Wait, Elon Musk lottery 1 million. Lawyers for America PAC and its director, Chris Young, said the group doled out the funds based on who would be the best spokespeople for its pro-Trump agenda, despite the billionaire's assertion that winners could be chosen randomly. This is how they defended themselves in court. So this wasn't given out at random. It was just given out to pro-Trump people that they chose beforehand, basically. Like, the fact that you fucking retards, like, will actually sit here and clap for this shit and pretend that Dems do anything even remotely similar to this is actually fucking insane. Yeah, here comes the spin from Destiny. I like how the spin from me is just reading the words of an article, but for you, the true facts are whatever retarded fucking tweets that you read, because you can only hold 180 characters in your brain at one point in time. In trying to persuade, what is this, Foglietta, that the giveaway was not an illegal lottery, Musk's lawyers said the giveaway was not a prize, but rather compensation for those chosen to serve as spokespeople for America PAC's pro-Trump agenda. Young, America PAC's director, testified that he selected winners out of a pool of candidates who appeared in videos for the group and allowed it to use their images after reviewing their social media and meeting them outside event venues. John Summers, a lawyer for Krasner's office, said the admissions that the giveaway was not random made it not just an illegal lottery, but also a fraud. If their story is true, Summers said in his closing argument, is one of the greatest scams of the last 50 years. Summers showed the court a clip of Musk at an October 19th Trump rally saying America PAC would randomly award $1 million to people who signed the petition. In the video, Musk said, "All we ask is that the winner serve as America PAC spokespeople." Young said that he was surprised to hear Musk describe the giveaway as random at the rally. He also acknowledged that the winners signed non-disclosure agreements preventing them from speaking about the terms of the contracts. If any of this was on the left, you guys would be losing your fucking mind. But then, like, you dipshits or Asmon will read this. Oh, the left does this too. Oh, the left does the exact bullshit. They do the same thing. You're so wrong. If you don't know anything about it, just don't talk about it. Just don't say anything. Why do you contribute to the fucking destruction of my media environment? Go away. Go the fuck away. You don't know anything about this. Stop talking about it. Go away. Young said that he was surprised to hear Musk describe it as giveaway. The giveaway falls in a gray area of election law, and legal experts are divided on whether Musk could be violating federal laws against paying people to register to vote. The U.S. Department of Justice has warned America PAC that the giveaway could violate federal law, according to media reports, but federal prosecutors have not taken any public action. Anyway, but you guys love it. You love it when the Republicans do it. You love it.
Impersonating the Harris campaign by setting up a fake website containing fake policy positions, then sending out text messages driving voters to the fake site. October 24th, it's revealed that Musk gave his America PAC a further $44 million in the first 16 days of October. October 25th, the Wall Street Journal reports that Musk has been in regular contact with Russian President Vladimir Putin since 2022. October 27th, Musk speaks at the now infamous Trump rally at Madison Square Garden, a gathering characterized by racism, misogyny, and threats of violence.
USA! USA!
Musk has posted more than 3,000 times on X in the last month, including dozens of unfounded claims about the election which have been viewed hundreds of millions of times. Apart from Trump himself, Musk is now the single biggest spreader of election disinformation. November 5th, Trump wins the presidential election. Elon Musk, a far-right conspiracy theorist, has succeeded in using his immense wealth to help swing the election in favor of a convicted felon.
Based.
One of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who've kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America. Now,
Nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody had a problem about that. But somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now? Get the fuck out of here. This has been happening forever. And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because...
Wait, what?
one of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who have kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America. Now,
nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody.
Who, when, where, how? Can I just say two things? You know what? Two things. One, I think we can say that Asmongold is a political streamer, which is kind of funny because two means that Hassan is only the second largest streamer now for politics on Twitch.
Nobody had a problem about that, but somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now? Get the fuck out of here. This has been happening forever. And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because Bernie Sanders isn't the president right now.
Okay, we're gonna bring this around. It's gonna come around. This is gonna make sense. This is gonna make a lot of sense, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the proof.
This is a model that's actually familiar across the world. It's pioneered and perfected by strongmen like Viktor Orban in Hungary and Recep Erdogan in Turkey, and of course, Vladimir Putin in Russia. All of these rulers have their little crew of corporate and industrial titans who often hold no official government titles, but do the work of the regime in ways large and small, legitimate and otherwise, in return for their access and special privileges, including squeezing the state coffers to line their own pockets. As the Atlantic's Franklin Foer puts it, the regime does the bidding of the billionaires. And
this is one of the tricks that media does, is they write articles that are inaccurate or problematic, and then they cross-reference each other to create the semblance of authenticity or authority. So like they use each other for references, and they're like, well, he said it, and then I'm referencing back to this article that was written here. But the fact is that it's bullshit in a lot of cases. Like I think like Black Myth Wukong, like the example like that before is just like it. I'm not saying that this is like
Remember Gamergate? Okay.
Exactly what it is. The regime does building of billionaires, and in turn the billionaires do the bidding of the regime. Sure, of course this happens. Yeah, definitely. Right? The unique danger of a Trumpist oligarchy, complete bullshit. Absolute complete bullshit. Do you really think all of the other billionaires are giving the other, do you think that they gave all the other candidates money because they like them? And this is the thing, right? Is it's like a misrepresentation that's then referred back to as an authority.
turn the billionaires do the bidding of the regime.
Yeah.
Power grows ever more concentrated.
This is why you need to, guys, when you're watching these alternative media people, you have to ask for examples. Like, give an example of this. Like, when you say that George Soros, because that's who he's referring to, right? When George Soros is doing improper things, like what? Give me an example. What are we talking about? Like, what are these horrible things that they're doing that's even remotely close to the level of influence that Elon Musk has given to Trump?
Traded as the owners and the corrupt leaders conspire to protect their mutual hold on it. In short order, this arrangement has the potential to deliver a double blow to the American system. It can undermine capitalism and erode democracy all at once.
Eroding democracy is when you lose the vote.
I don't think that's what he's complaining about. My guess is, if this is 7 hours ago, is he's probably complaining about the fact that Elon Musk, who is the richest man in the world, who's controlling a social media platform that was like openly pro-Trump and supporting Trump, is now in calls with the president-elect with foreign leaders. That's probably what he's talking about, not just losing the vote, but...
And you may say, and you would be right, that corporate titans have always had a lot of political power, certainly from the little guy in America. But really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before.
How? I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all these other things? This has been going on.
Do you even know what, he doesn't know what a super PAC is, guaranteed.
On forever.
Just look at Elon Musk.
I'm not just MAGA. I'm Gothic MAGA. America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing. Massive, crushing victory. Get everyone, friends, family, people on the street. Put the signs up. Put the hat on. Let's go.
The wildly charismatic billionaire rocket and electric car magnate.
What a shit talker, man. Oh my God. What a shit talker.
$130 million of his own wealth to get Trump elected. That alone is unheard of. I mean, as far as we have records of, no one's ever done that before.
Didn't the Kamala Harris super PAC have like $17 billion or something like that? I mean, like...
What the money that an entire super PAC raises is not even, it's not even the claim that this guy just made. He just claimed that no individual on record has ever donated that much wealth individually to get a candidate elected before. Why are you citing the entire amount of money that a super PAC might have raised? Also, I have no idea how much money was even spent over the last election cycle. 17 billion? That sounds high. How much money was spent in 2024 election cycle? $16 billion will be spent in the entirety of the 2024 election cycle. In the entirety. I'm guessing this is from both sides for all races, is my guess here.
I don't know. I mean, and this is the problem. Like, yeah, like look at George Soros, other people like this. Like, what are we talking about?
What are you talking about? What has George Soros done? Like, what's an example? Like, what's an example?
Like, the problem is that anybody can see that the government is bought and paid for. It's obvious. Okay. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows the government's rigged. But you're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is the, oh, wow, now it's rigged. It's been rigged, and you were defending it. But now you're not because it's not rigged in your favor. That's it. America's got like 3 times the money Trump.
Waiting for an example. Waiting for an example. They're going to be here. It's coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's pay to win. Yeah.
Musk also...
Listen to what he just said.
Harris got like 3 times the money Trump did. Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win. Yeah.
It's pay to win. Yeah. Those two statements directly contradict each other. It's just like, this is emotivism. This is what we're doing. It's just like, we're just saying things that are like pegged to an emotion. None of them like logically makes sense. Like what?
Musk also bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value into the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value.
I love how the quote of Elon Musk is such a stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion and now he only controls all 3 branches of government. Yeah, it's crazy how, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's actually so fucking stupid. Holy shit, he's a fucking retard. When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you could use it as a subversive tool of propaganda to gain like illegitimate control over the state. That is correct. Yes, that's how it goes. When you buy a firm, you're usually thinking in terms of valuation of like, what can you sell the firm for in the future? It is indeed. That's like saying, oh, this guy spent $55 billion buying a firm that develops like a super secret sniper rifle, and it's only going to sell for like $2 billion in the future. What a bad buy. And it's like, oh, but what you didn't know was he was going to use a sniper rifle to like assassinate world leaders. Oh, I guess it was a good buy then. No, obviously that's not what people are thinking when they're valuing Twitter. They're not thinking of, oh, he's going to use this as an actual like propaganda arm of one of the campaigning people to control the entire government. Jesus.
It's just like such a one-dimensional way of thinking.
Never mind. Okay.
In order to turn the social media platform into a right-wing propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected.
Again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of people that are left-wing that are posting on.
The owner is literally a supporter of the right wing. He literally commandeered the @America account to promote the right-wing talking points to get Donald Trump elected. And he literally, the owner of the platform, literally retweets other right-wing accounts. Like, if this isn't a right-wing platform, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you think Asmongold was one of the people pissing and shitting and cumming themselves whenever there would be a person would post something like, I think Jewish space lasers are destroying our DNA, and they get banned, and they're like, oh, left-wing moderation, oh my God, left-wing, oh my God, the left-wing censorship media, like, Jesus.
Wing propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected.
Again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of people that are left-wing that are posting on Twitter, and they can post basically whatever they want. The fact is that Twitter is an open space for people to have opinions. That's it. It is? No, it's not. What happens if you follow a bunch of left-wing people? Well, then you're going to get their opinions instead. That's what happens.
You do know that like Elon's account in and of itself has like an artificial boost on like its tweets, right? If we are to believe what Twitter employees say, and the fact that you get them spammed like fucking crazy to you every time you log onto that.
Not like when Elon Musk took over, he went and banned Bernie Sanders. That's not how it works. I see far left opinions all the time. So do I, constantly.
And it kind of worked. Mm-hmm. And not just to get Trump elected, but to make the world's richest man even richer.
How do you feel about right-leaning, non-political content creators being much more willing to express their political opinions and endorsing candidates versus big left content creators avoiding politics for fear of alienating their audience? I've gone over this a lot now. Is that the right wing, because they have a cult, it's just so much more easy to roll people into it. And there's so much acceptance, there's so much support. It's just like there's such a huge incentive and reward structure there for kind of like becoming part of the right-wing cult, right? You support Daddy Trump, now you've got a whole bunch of new fans, a whole bunch of people that are thumbs upping and approving of you and supporting you. It's just like,
Tesla among this week's biggest gainers on the S&P, up nearly 20%, fueled, of course, by the president-elect's victory. That surge resulting in a windfall for Elon Musk, who now has a net worth of $290 billion. I
mean, you see, right? You don't have to be like super sophisticated to see how like wildly corrupt this could be. Trump isn't even.
I do. I think it could be corrupt. It absolutely could be. And I think.
Remember what I said before, though. The reason why these people are willing to accept this, and he's about to say it, is it is corrupt, just like it's always been corrupt, right? If your mindset is that all of this stuff has always been corrupt, these people have always been like criminals and crooks, then of course it's easy to accept anytime somebody is actually like a criminal or a crook, right? Like it's easy to accept that.
I think in some cases it is. But the problem is that you're not going to get any sympathy from people when this has been something that's been going on forever.
Like, there it is, yeah. It hasn't been going on forever. You just don't know anything. You just have no history understanding. You have no concept of what goes on in the media. You don't even know what a super PAC is. You don't know what any of this is. But you're like, oh yeah, this has been happening forever. No, it hasn't. Nothing like this has ever happened in the history of the United States of America. Well, I can't think of it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's even remotely close to this. I can't think of anything that's remotely close to this. Like, Twitter has become like RT. Like, it's just insane.
Citizens United was codified into law before Trump was even around.
You don't know what that case was about. You don't know what it does. You don't know what a super PAC is. Kill me.
So
dude.
What are we talking about? How Elon Musk is some kind of like unique danger? It's outrageous. Yeah, you lost the game, bro. Like, yeah, you lost the game. That's it.
Hasn't yet, but the mere fact he will be has investors flocking to invest in Elon Musk companies because Musk is close to the press. They know. In fact, they probably saw the Trump family photo from Mar-a-Lago celebrating the day after the election, a family photo that, interestingly, doesn't include Melania Trump, who I think is...
Twitter and YouTube literally had the president banned off their platform. Do you know how long it took them to ban him? And they banned him because he was inciting violence, which all the Republicans, by the way, even the Republicans agreed to, and all of your hack conservative commentators agreed to before they realized that Trump was still going to remain popular in the party. So yeah, they did ban him for breaking the rules. That's how it's supposed to go. Yes.
Excusable, unjustifiable, awful on every level, disgusting on every level. Just terrible, terrible. When you have rioters taking over the U.S. Capitol building, the seat of American democracy, and when you have those rioters saying that they are doing so in the name of the President of the United States, and when you have them doing that to the legislative branch of the government, and when you have those people, they are rioters, they are not protesters, okay? As soon as you commit an act of vandalism or violence, you are no longer in the category of protester, you are now a rioter. And unlike some folks who have justified riots based on the perspective of the rioters, if you're a criminal, and you should go to jail. You should go to jail. And this was an attempted act of insurrection. I mean, technically speaking, that's what it was, considering that the reason that this happened is because Congress was simply there doing their constitutional duty and tabulating the state-certified electoral count. Okay, that's all they were doing. They do not have the power. Congress does not have the power, as I have been saying all week long. Congress does not, and never did, have the power to simply overturn state electoral college certified results. That is not a legal thing for them to do. Vice President Pence did not have that power. Congress did not have that power. It was not going to happen anyway, even if you thought they had that power, because Democrats control the House of Representatives. So all of that was tomfoolery. It was nonsense. And folks who believed that it wasn't nonsense and decided that they were going to commit an evil act. It is an evil act to invade the seat of government and do violence to people. It turns out we now have over a dozen police officers who are injured. There are 4 people who are dead. 1 person was shot. 3 people died in medical emergencies yesterday. That's as bad an event as I have ever seen in American public life. Frankly, I think that in many ways, it's the worst thing to happen to the United States of America since 9/11.
Donald Trump's wife the last time I checked. But there's Elon Musk. He gets the friends and family discount now. And while he's sitting on...
I don't get it. So like now this
we know, we understand, yeah.
Some kind of, because the media is attacking him because they're losing power to Twitter. It is. Twitter is a direct threat to establishment media because it's a bigger platform than any establishment media. It's worldwide and it's effectively completely open. So the ability that, like, I've always thought that media has actually always been corrupt. It's just that we didn't know it until we got the internet and we could really see what happens behind the curtain.
It's so crazy how retarded the internet has made all these fucking morons. Oh my God, it's actually crazy to me. The false sense of grandeur that you think you know so much because you sit there and you spam watch fucking Tim Pool and Alex Jones. You're like, oh my God, this is reality? This is crazy. Like, these are the same people that would have been talking to you about Bat Boy because they were buying the National Enquirer when they were standing in line at Walmart. Holy shit.
I think media has always been extremely corrupt. It's just that now we have the tools to perceive it. Mainstream media is dying. Yes, it is dying, and Twitter is pulling the plug. That's what I'm saying. Twitter is the main place that people get information. Bigger than any of them combined? Yeah, exactly. So this is the reason why they're against Twitter and why they're trying to make advertisers leave Twitter. It's because they want to maintain their position in the media economy. And Twitter is threatening that position in a direct way. Corrupt or biased? Why not both?
Billions of dollars of government contracts to the point where the U.S. space program has become largely dependent on him. Now he's going to be something approaching a kind of co-president.
A co-president, wow. Who thought that? Well, I guess, yeah, they just invented that. Advertisers are leaving on their own because it's a cesspool. I don't think that's true. I think that media and
oh my God, and he's even slurping up the Elon load about how advertisers are just leaving the platform because they're colluding against him. They don't like him. Kill me, bro.
Advertisers create an expectation, and also advertisers probably don't.
Yeah, the expectation that there are going to be like open Nazis and like anti-Semitic, crazy racist black people fighting videos that are getting 50,000 likes and retweets like every other fucking day on the platform.
I think that media and advertisers create an expectation, and also advertisers probably don't want to have Twitter owned by Elon Musk either. And so what happens is that advertisers, by withholding funding and not putting funding out there, what they do is they create soft speech requirements where it's like, well, you can't have these opinions, you can't say these things, you can't even allow other people to say these things, because if you do, we're going to take away the money we give you, and we're going to use this as leverage to get you to compel speech. Like, that's basically what happens. And I know that there are some people that are happy about this and they're like, oh, that's good. It's not good. It's not good when Elon Musk does it. It's not good when they do it either. I don't want to have some multi-billion-dollar company that has a fiduciary responsibility to make as much profit as possible trying to be the arbiter of what can and can't be said. That's insane. Of course not. I respect Destiny a lot. Destiny's changed my opinions about a number of things like January 6th. What is Kick? Kick is effectively a loss leader for stake. And I think that Elon Musk is using Twitter as a loss leader for Tesla and SpaceX by losing money on it to make more money by entrenching himself in the government. It exists in an ecosystem. And
that's called rent seeking, and it's bad. It's considered a bad thing. It's considered a bad thing in a liberal capitalist society when you're spending money not on research and development, on creating a better product, not on advertising insofar as trying to get your product in front of more people, but in spending money to alter the regulatory environment to give you a competitive edge. That's called rent-seeking behavior, and it's generally either illegal or highly discouraged because you don't want people spending money on shit just to have a more competitive product, or I'm sorry, to make their product seem more competitive by buying the government. By definition, you want to avoid that. Rent-seeking is bad behavior.
System. And I think that he knew that, and I think that's what happened. I see what he's saying.
Ah, nice. Yes. Reddit video.
And X bought the global town square, then corrupted it before using his immense wealth to help elect a convicted felon. April 14th.
Oh God. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's play some games, shall we? Oh man, I listen. The Cope brother. Cope.
The Cope of I mean, he is. He is a convicted felon. That's not a cope. That's just like a fact. This is where conservatives are at, right? Like, you call it a cope to just state something that is actually true? Okay.
He was convicted. No, that's not what I mean. I meant it's like a, like, just I don't like loud labels and things when it's like for somebody that people don't like, and it seems to be only happening on one side. It's just kind of annoying.
Is Kamala a convicted felon? Destiny, it's showing the bias. That's his point. It's a bias to say that Donald Trump is a convicted felon? Well, excuse me, what do you mean? Explain what the felony was? The felony was that Donald Trump was falsifying business records to his employee and lying about payments he was making to pay off to kill a story that would have influenced the outcome of the election. That was what he got convicted on 34 counts in front of a jury in New York State. What do you mean? That's what the felony was for.
How is that a question mark? How is that a question mark? Okay. Here's an example. Okay. I could be wrong about this. I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden had
big stretch. It was to pay off the porn star. What do you mean, big stretch? It was a big stretch to kill the story because it was going to come out right during the elections. What do you mean? What's the stretch?
This is loud as fuck. had like pro-segregation and shit like that takes way early in his career.
Wait, what? Biden was pro. Are you talking about the busing stuff?
Right? Yeah, he did. Okay. Do people say, oh, dude, well, why would we elect a confirmed racist into the White House? Is that something that people do? Is that people like? Is that a common occurrence or whatever? No, not really. No, not really.
It's not a common occurrence that people called Biden racist. When he said that if you're not black or if you vote for me or if you don't vote for me, you're not black. You don't think people made these accusations? You don't think people talk about like the crime bill and all this all the fucking time? What are you talking about?
They don't say that. So it's like, I feel like when you try to discredit somebody for the worst thing that they've been, you can do that for everybody, right? But it doesn't give your point any validity. It doesn't give you any free points. It doesn't give you any free points. You can do it, but if you keep doing that, you're just gonna sound like you're insane. What?
The Biden crime family? Okay. He's right in that it's not exactly relevant that his is a convict in this context. No, it's not relevant that Donald Trump engaged in like election-related fraud and was convicted on all those counts in the course of an election. That's not related to his current behavior. That's not a model of his current behavior that you don't think.
Did you get baited? Yes, I've been saying a bunch of dog shit.
Cope of what is this?
Did you get baited? Did you get baited? Yes, I've been saying a bunch of dog shit.
The cope of I mean, he is. He is a convicted felon. That's not a cope. That's just like a fact. This is where conservatives are at, right? Like you call it a cope to just state something
yeah.
that's actually true.
Oh God. No, that's not guys, if every time we had a normal conversation, okay, about an objective topic, and I addressed Disney, hey, hello, sir, are you, oh, okay, yeah, you can talk now, divorced cuck. Hey, divorced cuck, Andy, dumb fuck, fuck my wife guy. Like, dude, like, I understand that it's true. I understand that it has its own validity, but I think there's a place and a time to put labels or whatever. Sometimes you can just kind of address somebody as, like, just their name and move on.
I can't tell if this is difficult to understand or not. It has to do with whether or not it's related to the subject. I'm pretty sure I even said that in that. I don't know if it got clipped or not, but it has to do if it's related to the subject, right? That's the issue. It's not just a random fact. It's if you're running for president and you're a convicted felon, and that convicted felony has to do with election-related fraud, that's the point. Like, okay.
Destiny's mauling at me. What's Destiny mad about? What did I do?
Musk also bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value into the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value.
I love how the quote of Elon Musk is such a stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion, and now he only controls all three branches of government. You know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's actually so fucking stupid. Holy shit, he's a fucking retard. When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you could use it as a subversive tool of propaganda to gain, like, illegitimate control over the state. That is correct, yes. That's how it goes. When you buy a firm, you're usually thinking in terms of valuation.
I respect Destiny a lot. I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at it in the context of his other companies and his other goals, I think it makes a lot of sense. He just called you an R word.
And are now apparently going to be running America.
Now, nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody.
Who, when, where, how?
And you may say, and you'd be right, that corporate titans have always had a lot of political power from the little guy in America. But really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before.
I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all these other things? This has been going on.
He doesn't know what a super PAC is, guaranteed.
You're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is the, oh wow, now it's rigged. It's been rigged, and you were defending it. But now
wait, is this, there's not even anything here. It's just us. Oh, I thought something, is this just clipping us to each other, or? Keep watching.
Now you're not, because it's not rigged in your favor. That's it.
You just don't know anything. You just have no history, understanding. You have no concept of what goes on in the media. You don't even know what a super PAC is. You don't know what any of this is.
Destiny, for the love of Christ. 1 week ago, you were telling XQC that Kamala was the favorite, and he bet $700K on her.
Did you see XQC put $700K on it?
Yeah, he asked me yesterday. He's like, who do you think's... Wait, how is this an argument? Hey, I'm pretty sure I've always said it's like 55-45, I think, in favor of Kamala. Wait, that's what we're going by is election predictions? Wait, I'm like, pretty sure it's Kamala. You really feel it? I was like, yeah, I think so. And then he sent me a picture of the bet. That's like, so funny.
Then, on the same stream, you showed Harris' campaign has spent more than double Trump's.
Listen to what he just said.
Harris got 3 times the money Trump did? Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win? Yeah.
It's pay to win, yeah. Those two statements directly contradict. Well, first of all, this is spending that's raised directly by the campaign. That doesn't include super PAC contributions. The spending by the campaign is not the same as the spending by the totality of media spending.
Yeah, exactly.
Harris just... To be clear... These are my logs with XQC. Hold on. XQC messaged me on election day. No, I'm sorry. The day before. November 4th. And he says, yo, who's winning? Tell me. I'm putting a bet on Kamala. How safe is that? Probably 80% safe, right? I said, probably 65% safe. I don't know about 80%. XQC lists the bet. He says, it's not a blah, blah, blah. And then I say, he's talking about how much he put on. And then I go, LOL, good luck. Like, well, I've never given like a for sure, like 100% these guys are gonna win. Like, that's what a projection. What an insane fucking projection. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I've ever given him like said that there's like more than a like 65% chance that Kamala is gonna win. I might maybe like a month or two ago, maybe I said that, but like it's like election predictions. How is this the same as like knowing information about things or talking about things that's like already happened? What? Just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win? Yeah.
It's pay to win, yeah. Those two statements directly contradict each other.
Destiny for the love of Anubis. You can claim Elon's wealth was instrumental in getting Trump elected, while also seeing how Harris was pushed so much that she turned from being one of the most disliked vice presidents in history to be seen as the second coming of Obama. Meanwhile, this is what her own people were saying behind...
Wait, what?
You can claim Elon's wealth was instrumental in getting Trump elected, while also seeing how Harris was pushed so much that she turned from being one of the most disliked vice presidents in history to be seen as the second coming of Obama.
What is the date for this huge flip in favorability? Did this just happen when she was announced as the candidate? I mean, okay.
Meanwhile, this is what her own people were saying behind closed doors.
And I'm going to say what a lot of these folks aren't saying. I'm just going to say, if you think that there is consensus among the people who want Joe Biden to leave, that they will support Kamala, Vice President Harris, you would be mistaken. And I'm going to say that because if they're going to come out and say all their little things on background off the record, but they're not going to be fully honest, I'm going to be honest for them. I'm in these rooms. I see what they say in conversations. A lot of them are not just interested in removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Should there have been an open primary though? Well, see,
yeah, there was... I don't understand what he thinks he's arguing here. I don't even know what the point is. Like, what? Like, obviously there was huge contention in the Democratic Party over what would be done. Like, we literally had to... People started leaking shit to the press to get Biden to step down. No shit, there was, like, huge contention over what was going on. I don't understand what the... I don't understand who he's even arguing against right now.
In removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Should there have been an open primary though?
Well, see, we thought that there would be. The anticipation was that if the president were to step aside, that there would be an open primary.
So you have an historically disliked vice president. Her own people don't want her. Internal polling showing Biden...
Everybody, like, bro, everybody's favorability in American politics sucks right now because the partisanship is at, like, insanely all-time highs. It's just crazy how unpopular everybody is. Even Donald Trump was a historically unpopular president. He's really popular with Republicans, but that's it. Like,
disliked vice president. Her own people don't want her. Internal polling showing Biden would have lost catastrophically.
They were privately...
As opposed to, like, who would you run instead?
Telling reporters at the time that Kamala Harris couldn't win. Biden campaign's own internal polling at the time when they were telling us he was the strongest candidate showed that Donald Trump was going to win 400 electoral votes.
And now you want to tell me it's not pay to win when the media was praising her as the next Obama, and you were so convinced she would win that XQC bet 700K on her. Come on now, my man. Back to...
What does any of that have to do with pay to win? Wait, what?
To you, Baldy.
You know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election, and somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at it in the context of his other companies and his other goals, I think this proves it. $1 trillion. Okay, so it's $1 trillion. It's gone up by 20%. So that means it's $200 billion. Twitter was bought for $40 billion. That's how I see it, right? That's how I see it.
Okay. Absolutely based. Would you debate his editor? I don't know if he... I don't think his editor does debates. I know you said you'd want to do a talk with Asmongold online, but he says he's going to Florida soon, so it could be a good opportunity. I've already addressed that in chat. I'm not interested in like having like the friendly conversations with like the both sides anymore. And Asmongold seemed pretty clear that he didn't want to do like anything even resembling a challenging conversation. So I'm not interested. I'm not gonna like just have people like come on and be like, oh, I think both sides are the same, and then like never want to talk about it. It's just like it's the epitome of just stupid shit. I'm not wasting my time on it ever again. Did you watch all the Agenda 47 videos? The ones on education seem unhinged. It sounds like he wants to. Yeah, he's got that obsession with education is like super weird. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Surely being even more divisive is the way to go. You mean like Trump has been for the past 4 years and won the election? Seems like it, huh?